Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everybody is having a blessed and wonderful day so far. Welcome to my latest subscribers. I welcome you to this channel. This channel is to glorify the righteousness of God while being real and transparent before you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the comments, you guys. Thank you on a personal note to those who have reached out to me via email, via text, via phone call, just checking on me. You guys are so sweet and so beautiful and so wonderful, and I thank you guys so much. There have been a lot that have took place. I have seen, just the attack of the enemy on those in whom I love. But I thank God so much for giving me great clarity and understanding and insight and discernment. At first I was feeling sorrowful, as I told you guys previously, but now I don't. I just see, the works of the enemy. But I have power in my prayers and in fasting to continue to keep standing, on their behalf. And I'm just trusting God. Those that put their trust in Him will not be put to shame. My hope is in Him, and those who hope is in Him will not be discouraged. And that's exactly how it have been. I wanted to bring you guys a great word. It's so many different things that, the Lord has told me as far as um, our stand. It's amazing how this has truly just been about faith, nothing else. It's the testing of your faith. It's how big your faith is. As long as you have faith, he says, as small as a mustard seed, there's power in that. And so um, we must realize, as we're praying and we're fasting, and most definitely incorporating the Word of God, His Word, that is going to kill anything that is in the spirit, because that's exactly what is going on. Is spiritual things that is taking place that is affecting people in the natural. But then it be us sometimes that's looking at things in the natural, and we're being affected by things spiritually. We have got to stop looking at things in the natural. The fight has not been, against them, it's been for them. But we must realize that God is for us, and as He is for us, there's nothing or no one that can be against us. I really don't believe right now with people who are, diligently fasting and seeking, the Lord, that is the devil that is operating against. These spouses. I believe God is allowing certain things to happen. He's allowing anything, first of all, anything that the enemy do, he has to get the permission of God to do it. I mean, God is going to allow certain things to happen to get our attention, and sometimes it's going to be things that absolutely do not feel good or even make sense. But this is where, the testing of our faith come in. This is where we're going off of who we believe than what we see. We're supposed to be believing in Him no matter what. He is in control of all things, and even though we may not like what is taking place, we must remember too that this is testing the conditions of our heart. There's a lot of people who have been standing and been in unforgiveness, blame, bitterness, anger, resentment, jealousy, people who um, have been carrying negative feelings in their hearts, and then they want God to move and restore their marriages. That absolutely do not make any sense. And this is why I said to you guys, you can hear as many encouragement videos all day long, but what good does it really serve if you're not addressing the things that's going on within yourself? There have been different things that have happened, like with my city, and just personal things that I'd be like, man, I wish I could call and talk to my husband, and my husband was around, and he's not. I could have really went in my feelings and really be upset and really be in blame and really be in resentment, because I could be like, if he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, if he wasn't doing that, then he would be here for me. No, you know stuff like that will try to creep it up on you. But if you continue to keep entertaining that different type of stuff, then it's going to overrule you. We're supposed to cast down all those thoughts, all those ill feelings. And I have to be honest, you guys, last night, I just thank God. I thank God that, He haven't allowed certain things to happen, because He knows, where I am. He knows where He is too. And we must remember, it is about the conditioning of the heart. If the heart is not right, then He is not going to bring two unhealthy hearts back together. Our hearts are supposed to signify Him and His righteousness, His love, His power. He is not going to bring back one person whose heart may be right and then the other person's heart is not. He is not going to bring back, if you saying that you good, but He can really see the intentions of your heart and see what's going on in it and know that your heart is not right and neither is your spouse's. He's not going to do that. He's going to bring them back when He really see, that you are letting go of all those things that you hide. We are people who will say, I love God and I believe in Him and blah, 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 blah. But then it's like we question Him, we doubt Him, we listen to other people who is not of Him. Um, We do all these things that's opposite of the love in which we confess to have for Him. And if we really had the love of Him in us, then no matter what a spouse is doing, you're going to continue to keep loving that person. It's easy to love someone that is lovable. It really is. It's easy to do, you know, but it's not hard loving those who's not lovable, because we really have the love of God in us. And if you really don't have that type of love, this is the time right now through this stand for you to allow God to pour into you what is right. I see so many people that, they love and they hallelujah and they doing all this stuff about, their stand. But they're not doing, while they're standing there, hallelujah, and they're grateful that a person gave them this great word. But they're not taking the time out to really get to what's going on within themselves. Like, why not? Why do you think that it was just about your husband or your wife? No, it wasn't. It was about you too. You know, I can really see, even in my own life, things that I didn't even know that was hidden. And during this time, the Lord has been unpacking those things. Those things have been coming out for me to deal with and casting them down, because that's not the type of character, that's not the type of person that I want to be. I want to be a reflection of God. Now, I know we're going to be tested and tried with even, other people who may believe and people who, may not. But as long as we are being pleasing and obedient to God, that's all that matters. That's all He's asking for us to do. We can't continue to keep finger pointing. Finger pointing is so easy to do. We can sit up there and say, I was good. I was a good wife. I looked out for him. I cooked. I cleaned. I did this. I did that. Blah, blah, blah. But God has once said to me, you said all these things about how you were good, but have you been good to me? The way in which our relationship is with God is exactly how it will be with our spouses and other people. We can't be one way with God and then be another way with our spouses and people. That makes no sense at all. Now, again, I'm not perfect and I don't even pretend to be. I'm just being real and transparent. Like, yes, I have felt certain things, I have thought the impurity of things, during this stand, but I have cast things down, because in all honesty, all I ever wanted to be was obedient before God. And I promise I've never felt that way before. When I was in the world, I didn't have no conscience about being pleasing, honorable, obedient, or none of that, because I was in the world. My husband is in the world. He's going through the identical thing that I went through. So what do I look like holding on to animosity and bitterness and rage and unforgiveness? My brother is lost. That's my brother. That's my neighbor. That's my friend. My lover is lost. So what do I look like just saying, that's how he is, that's how he's going to be, he just want to be with a strange woman, he want to go do this, he want to do that? Do you really believe if they were really enlightened to what is true, and if they really knew, like people who are in adultery really knew, like if they can spiritually see the truth, do you think that they would continue to stay in the things in which they are? No. Do if they really knew the seriousness of being with a forbidden woman leads to death, do you think that they would just stay there? No, they wouldn't. But this is why the conditions of their heart is not right. And this is why our prayers is moving God to move on their hearts. And as that is so, it should be also affecting our very own heart too, to look at them differently. If the vision that you have for your spouse is still the same old vision, then there is something that is going on with you that has absolutely nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. We cannot control people. We cannot manipulate people. We cannot rule over them. We cannot do anything like that. That is not of God. What we can do is continue to look to God to um, change those people, to enlighten those people, to enrich them, with the knowledge and the truth so that they can be set free. They're not free. They're not. I said it in a previous video. I didn't become conscious of my sins that I was in until I came out of it, until I was delivered. I was delivered. Now, when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, I really was in sin. Hell was on my feet, and I'm living it up. Drinking, smoking, kicking it with friends, just doing all kind of crazy stuff. That could have ended me in hell. And this is exactly what is going on with a spouse who is not being obedient to God. I just have to let you guys know again, it is most definitely time to keep allowing God to condition your heart where your heart reflects His very own. This is not the time to cower down, to tap out, because what's on trial here with you is your heart and your faith. That's it. It's your heart and your faith. Just because your spouse may not be doing what, God has called for them to do, don't give you the excuse to not do it. When you took those vows before God just as well as they did. So you can't say just because they're not upholding those vows, that gives you the right to not do it too. The devil is a lie. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to, the wrong voices in your head that you entertain. That's what happens sometimes. People listen to the wrong voice and they go in the wrong way. And my whole thing is this: happiness is not contingent upon someone else making you happy. So to think that you would leave a marriage and basically go and find happiness for someone else is not going to bring you the happiness that you really deserve. It's going to be a delusion. It's a bribe from the enemy to make it appear like it's great. But really what it's going to do is set you up and set you apart from God, because God placed it in your heart to stand. And that's exactly what He's saying to do. Stand no matter what. Stand when you can't see it, understand it. No matter what you hear, keep standing. This is the hour and the time to be strong in God. He is raising up a new kingdom of people, and He chose us to be those people. So with that being said, I didn't expect to go this long, but I've been off here for a while. I hope you guys, are blessed by it. This is truly, a raw vent to get out the various different things, and which, this is real. We can't be people who keep looking at other people and want to blame other people, because at this point in time, if you, and I said this in a video, if you're not in a place where you can wash your Judas's feet, If you're not in a place where you can wash that forbidden woman's feet, your heart ain't right, and you need to get it together. And before you say, I can't, Jesus did. If we're supposed to be imitators of him and his spirit lives in us, then we, as he had the ability to do it, he's saying that we can too. So think about that. If you are not in a place where you can wash your Judas's feet, then there's something going on with you that has nothing to do with what's going on with your spouse or with that other person too. So again, thank you for watching. I'll be back again with another great word. I hope that you are encouraged. You guys, I'm sorry, I'm not one that, want to sugarcoat stuff. Now is not the time for that. I just can't do that. I want people to really get to the seriousness, the seriousness of 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 their heart, to understand the seriousness of what's going on with their heart. What goes on in your heart, is a reflection of your mind. So we just have to make sure that we are right before God no matter what, no matter if other people are not. That's not an excuse. And I'm not gonna, as I tell my sisters, I'm not gonna tell you stuff to, and brothers, I'm not gonna tell you stuff to make you feel good. I'm gonna tell you stuff that's the truth. And sometimes the truth make you squirm and make you feel uncomfortable, but it's the truth that sets us free. That's how we want to live. We want to live in freedom. We don't want to be in chains anymore. Like the Lord, this is the crazy part. All the stuff that we have done, all the sins we have committed, the Lord laid down for those sins, right? It's so sad that people are committing the very things that he took to the cross. Like they have enslaved themselves to the very things that should not even be no more in their lives. And that is the saddest thing to me. They don't even know that they're free because they still walk enslaved. It's just sad. You have to look at it like they deserve freedom too. We have freedom. They deserve freedom as well. And so, don't give up. Whatever you do, keep your eyes on God. Continue to stay spiritually fed. God is going to do a mighty great thing. It's about to be some unexpected things that is about to happen. And get your temple together. Get yourself prepared. Your household. He said, get your household together. He's talking about your temple. Get it all the way together. Get your mind and your heart all the way together, because there is things that is coming that is going to most definitely cause a shaking to people that do not know. I love you guys, and thank you for watching, and God bless you. Bye bye.